Hi, it's Nick Howard here from Best Body Health Coach. So today in this video, I'd like to talk to you about GMO food and organic food and what the difference is and why we insist on having organic food on our program. It's not just something that we like to put on the program because it sounds nice. There's actually a specific reason why we want you to eat organic food. All right, so remember that our program is a health program. Which means we're trying to get you healthy, which is why we want you on organic food. Okay, cool. So, organic, what does that mean? It means without pesticides or herbicides, fungicides, and insecticides. Okay, so in other words, it's herbicides and pesticides and all that makes it GMO, genetically modified organisms. All right, GMO means Roundup Ready. Roundup is a product of Monsanto. It's a pesticide that kills, or a herbicide and pesticide that kills all the weeds around it. So they modify the actual crop, like let's say it's soy or wheat. They modify it so that it is resistant to Roundup, and everything else isn't. So it kills everything else in the ground except the actual crop that they're trying to grow. Now the problem with this is that Roundup still goes into that crop, and it's been known to cause all sorts of things, the worst of which is cancer. And sometimes they did a 3-month study and said, oh no, it's quite safe. But this study was done by Monsanto. An independent study was done that went over 18 months of people who had eaten crops that were Roundup ready, and there was as much as a 70% increase in breast cancer. There are certain things in it which mimic estrogen, and high amounts of that we know can cause breast cancer. Okay, so they've come up with ingenious ways because they know people don't like the word GMO when they look at their labels, and people start to get smart and start to scrutinize labels on food. So they call it something else. They call it bioengineered food ingredients. Well, that sounds quite nice. Food, so here's a definition of this bioengineered food ingredient. Food that contains detectable genetic material that has been modified through certain lab techniques, I wonder what that could be, that cannot be created through conventional breeding or found in nature. So it's some kind of unnatural thing that has been created that you're putting into your body and you're eating every day. No wonder we have the amount of cancer and other types of growths and tumors that grow inside a person, and polyps in the colon, and PCOS, cysts on the ovaries, and all of these wonderful things. Why people constantly have sinus, and why they have sore throats, and why they constantly have headaches, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Just read that definition again and you can see why. All right, so it puts you at risk of other diseases. So, like I just mentioned, it just creates all sorts of trouble in the body. Alters your chemistry, in other words, the makeup of your body. Alters your genes. I'm not talking about the genes that you wear. It'll alter that too because you'll need to get bigger and bigger and bigger sizes. But they're talking about your actual genes that your body is made up of in your genetic line. So you're altering your genetic line for future generations to come. Alters your DNA, it mutates your DNA. Crazy. Surprising GMO foods that you may be eating. So you get the yellow squash, you get beetroot or beets, papaya, eggplant, zucchini, certain kinds of apples, farmed salmon. So if you think you're eating healthy and you're buying a nice piece of expensive salmon, have a look at those white lines in the pink meat. If those white lines are spaced out quite far, it's probably a farmed salmon. If they're very close together, it would probably be wild caught salmon, which is what you're looking for, because that's probably not going to be GMO. Choose organic, especially when you're buying chicken, eggs, and cheese. Choose organic. Yes. At least you know that you're getting something that is a little bit healthy, because it may have other stuff in it as well. They're not going to tell you everything. It may have something else in, but at least you know you're not getting Roundup. You don't want Roundup in your body. Alright, so there is a way of getting around this and bringing your body back from the damage that GMO food has done to you, and make sure that these are all organic. That's why you go down to your local farmer's market, the guy who grows vegetables on a little paddock. It's not like wholesale or big, large scale type farming. You normally get, you come to GMO, there might be some pesticides in there, but it's not Roundup. And you can take that home and you can wash it off. It doesn't, it's not inside your food. So you can wash it off to a degree. There will be some that's outside of food. But if you wash it off, make sure that you can do that. You also get products that you can spray on your food and you leave it for a little while and it gets rid of all those chemicals and then you can wash that off as well. So if you eat a lot of kale, we have a nice recipe for a nice kale shake. Radish, broccoli, brilliant. Arugula is a fantastic food for handling damage in the body. Bok choy, that's got nice actually, it's got a nice kind of spicy, almost like a curry kind of taste. Cabbage or even sauerkraut and Brussels sprouts. You can eat all of any kind of cruciferous vegetable is rich in goodness. Just make sure that they are organic. So like I say, you'll get them from your organic farmers markets. You'll get them from health shops. Some health shops actually, besides keeping their vitamins and their bottles of vitamins and things on the shelves, they also sell vegetables, organic vegetables sometimes. They're normally quite savvy to all this data over here. So don't be fooled by labels. Make sure that you read your labels. Make sure that you buy organic. If you don't buy organic, the trouble with this GMO type stuff is it really only starts to show up in your body about 15 to 20 years down the line. So you can't go back and hold somebody responsible for your cancer or whatever other illness that has caused you. So that's the deal with this. You need to start doing something about it now, because 15 years goes like this. And next minute you're sitting with all kinds of body problems. And that's the problem with it, is that, the body does age and these things do show up at some or other point. They're not going to be invincible forever. So take note, eat organic, leave the GMO out of it. Thanks for listening.